Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing? We doing good? Yeah! 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 How we doing? Are we doing good? I think we are. Well, today, sorry. Today we're going to be reacting to the interview with Connor's Switchblade interview. Um, oh, Soap just did a video. Oh, and Minecrafter did a video. I'll react to him. Wow, I didn't know he was gonna actually do. I didn't know he was gonna make a video like that. I seen that. Yeah, obviously Connor has the video that he did. Yeah, it's a problem. I'm not sure why it had to been that as the problem. Oh well, I don't want to listen to any of his music, but I do like his music. Please check out Connor Super Goofy. He's good. All right, where is it? There it is.
Wow. Oh, this is
So I've already reacted to this, but I'm going to be giving out my video, like my own initial thoughts and my reaction to it, because I just thought it'd be more appropriate to, just give you more added context if I have to. I would love to do that. I'm being serious. I love doing it. And I feel like me doing this reaction is a good thing because sometimes when I say things, I kind of miss on like touching a point to get what like my point across. But we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that done. We're gonna get this accomplished. So let's begin with Connor's reaction to my song Switchblade. Let's go.
this is Connor Super Goofy, and welcome
Put it
back
full
to another
screen.
video where we are going to be looking at this. The Switchblade Senpal interview. Um,
Oh yeah, I will spoil one thing. I think this is my favorite reaction to Connor. This is my favorite song so far. We still don't have all the song interviews all done, but hopefully there's going to be more still to come with the reactions. But so far, I think the Switchblade interview is like the best reaction from Connor. I will say so
I don't have
far.
any
But
first
let's
notes to
continue.
get into,
Sorry.
so we're just gonna
Hey everyone,
straight
welcome to the
in.
channel. I'm joined by Sen Pal. We will be discussing his song
You
Switchblade.
know, when I was like doing that, we had a couple retries of doing like the interview, and I was like, "What's up?" and he'd always look away because it made him laugh for some reason. I'm just not understanding why, but anyways, I don't know why, but it was pretty cool. But we managed to do it. I was just trying to. I probably was just teasing them. I'm not too sure. But anyways, yeah, I think. Oh, anyways, let's just get into
Uh,
it.
so the first, so one of the obvious questions is first off is what is the meaning of the song?
Oh, so you're just gonna go straight into it.
Well, yeah, Connor, I go straight deeply into it. That's gonna be like every song. I think with every song, I got it all prepared. So Soap's gonna help me with stuff. So I mean, I don't have every song off of the album all prepared for him to do, but we will eventually. I mean, not we, but I will eventually get it all prepared for him, so he will be doing the interviews. I already got two already prepared. I got "You Don't Belong" and "Art of Expecting" all done with all the things, so that way he can ask me. So it's just a matter of him being available, of him doing the job, or of me doing the interview with him. So, anyways, yeah, let's get into
Okay,
it. But
then
we'll eventually get that
here
one
then let me
song,
just give
or
my
two.
breakdown
We'll
of the
get them
song.
all done.
Song came out in
Okay.
March. Back when so back in March,
Yeah.
I'm
Song.
blanking here. So back in March, March is a pretty eventful month. Of course, obviously, I had the Universal Orlando trip,
And I'm gonna put this
my
in 2 speed
18th
too as
birthday,
well.
yada yada yada. My beef
Where do I
with
find that?
Carlos Lujan that ended really badly.
Oh,
Um,
there it is.
and Connor's Hot List was popping in March. So
Oh, cool.
Switchblade came out during that month. And because like I think the stuff surrounding it on Connor's Hot List was so good, and Switchblade just kind of flew
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I sort of do, but like it seems like when he's like describing it, he does answer it on the thing, but he probably if I have to take a guess, it's just based off of the way how he feels about the song. Maybe I'm not entirely sure how he does it, or if it's something that he like listens to a lot and then he keeps track of his list of how many times he listened to this. I'm not entirely sure how it goes with him constructing it
over my head at
still,
the
but
time. I
I
wasn't
mean a
really
little
into
bit
it.
get it.
And I kind of just
Yeah, he said that he wasn't really interested um like way back, and then all of a sudden I think it was like 3 months after when that track was released, or if it was like 4 months, somewhere around there. I get this comment, and he's the one that commented on my track, and all of a sudden he started to like it, which was pretty cool. But hey, I liked
I
it.
kind of just listened to it. It was like, it's not really my thing, and then moved on. 3
Exactly.
months pass, June comes, and the album
Okay.
drops. And then listening to Switchblade on the album gave the song new life for me. All of a sudden the song started
Wow.
charting on the hot list, and eventually went number 1 on the hot list.
Hmm.
So um,
Good.
um, yeah, Switchblade is
That's
one of the
awesome.
slowest growers of the year, but it definitely grew on me a lot. And I think part of the reason was back when it dropped, the hot list was so much more pumped up and energetic, and the song
Hmm.
hit the hot list at a time where all the energy was already just completely dead because the summer was um very dark and basically devoid of summer jams. I'm not trying to say Switchblade's bad. Switch or
Oh,
that like it benefit or that I'm not trying to say Switchblade's bad. It just benefited from the landscape of the hot list around it, I guess. But
okay.
Switchblade's one of the Switchblade's definitely still one of the best songs off the Overlooked album.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's awesome. I'm glad it
it
was.
will be on the year-end hot list at the end of the year. It will be pretty low because it didn't really break.
And that I can confirm. He did a video of the 2025 list. He already broke it down, so if you want to check that out, just go to Connor's 2025. I think SoundCloud list or just like music list of all time. Anyways,
Break out into like
you can
later
check it
in the
there.
year. Songs that hit the hot list later in the year will be lower on the year-end hot list, but it will be on there unless something else comes in at the very last second to knock it off. But it's probably not going to happen because the list comes out in December, and I make very few changes to it in between like late October, which is now, and like December. So
Hmm.
let's just get into the interview. What is the meaning of
So
the song?
Switchblade is a story
Okay.
that is basically it starts basically at the end of Life Manipulation, an album I put out onto SoundCloud.
Yep.
And so between the Life Manipulation album from the single song that's from Yellow and Gray Feelings, Friendships.
You know, when I made the song Friendships, um, it sort of made sense, but it was kind of weird. You know, that's a song I don't even listen to anymore. You know that? Yeah, but friendships was like, I don't want friendship. I don't want against shit. It's like weird words that doesn't make any sense when you like when I said it. It's just weird. You know, I was just trying to be all energized and putting my craft into it, and then somehow made it work into like a song because the flow was cool. And when I made it, it was on Veloco, obviously, because of the voice. You can hear the sound of the style of the voice, and that is all from Veloco.
So this
Anyways,
story between there kind of changed my life. And you're probably asking, how
yeah, and it changed my life, and this will be answered. But I think it was like 3 months after, or no, when was I think it was September when Friendships was released. And then I think it was like a month or so, got a comment, and I actually deleted the comment. Why? I think I was trying to be like so professional with what I was trying to say or something. I'm not too sure, but yeah, oh, God. Yeah, he commented on there. He said, "Would you like to work on a song?" And so I said, "Yes, I would." And so we had this chat. I think it was on Snapchat, or if it was either Instagram. I don't know, somewhere around there. And he was like my first ever collaborator to ever work with me on music, and I was pretty impressed. And I was kind of really curious how, this is still kind of, I kind of wonder, like how did Bugle found me interesting? That's like really interesting. He actually, like, he was like a random person that hit me up, and we talked about it. Obviously, to make a song, he taught me how he does music with other people, and he taught me all these new things that just add me more into, like, making more music with people and finding new ways to branch out understanding from stuff that is pretty impressive. And I didn't know how, I didn't really knew that Gmail would be another way to express, like, to get songs from other people. Like, I never knew that was being the source and the case for that, but that was pretty cool. I use Gmail sometimes, but I'm not like a 24/7 geek on there. But anyway,
How did this change my
get
life?
into it. But he taught me how to make songs with like collaborations and stuff, and we made the song Positions, which is a song I have on to SoundCloud. And fun fact, never mentioned this on to the tier list video, but that song, the art cover for that was like a different picture. I remembered when I first released the song Positions, it was like a guy on a like motorcycle, and it was like like he was in front of like the beach. It was like a cool paradise type vibe with a really cool orange and red deep color sky. And yeah, it was like a beautiful picture, but sadly I changed it and I deleted the first cover for the first art cover for it, and I can't find that picture, but I'd love to probably put it back on there maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. It'll be
Well,
like that forever,
life
but
manipulation, and
that's
this
all
is
I can
off
tell
the
you for
topic of
that.
Overlook a little bit, but it's the same thing as
A
life
few
manipulation
going.
a little bit.
We started doing music together. Yeah, we started doing music together up until 2023, and then when this interview for Switchblade came out, I decided to hit Bugle up, and I told him that I mentioned that I did an interview about the song that I made about him, which is the Switchblade interview, which is a spoiler into this video, but
Swear my old life,
well, I mean, you'll get the
I was
story. You'll get the
manipulated
story.
by old friends of mine. They try to convince.
And yes, manipulated by old friends. Yeah, and when I was like doing the Switchblade interview, I mean that's not during the Switchblade interview. Sorry, but like when did this video come out? I could tell from here. It premiered. So I believe it was like back in July, or if it was June, somewhere around there. They got in contact with me again. One of the a-holes got in contact with me, and I don't know. They met at some stupid park or something. And they were talking some voodoo crap. They had to talk about me behind my back for some retarded reason, but I don't know why they would. And they genuinely don't care about me. They don't genuinely care or what they mean, what they say. They're never curious. They're not my friends. If you was really my friends, why don't you be curious about me? When I was around you guys in school, why, like, come on. I was really expecting you to be curious around me, and you didn't even pay really that deep into intention to communicating with me. And you're not even my friends. You're not my friends anymore, and I'm glad I'm not your friends. I think that's the word. Uh, Pretty much honestly, I'm glad with my life. I'm very grateful for my life. And ever since without them, I have like legit improved, like in a tremendous, surprising way that I would have never thought would happen, but I have. And me being without you guys, I feel so happy. I don't feel distracted. I don't feel like I'm being treated like I was dumb, like a retard was. The guy that does retarded weed, but anyways, to make him more retarded. Not talking about Fugle, I'm talking about the person that I have a problem with. But he goes to the carnival and they have a conversation, and there was a little bit of a conversation before they did that. There was another friend that was with him that's also part of the group, and he also contacted me too. We talked a little bit, but it was just useless words, like joking around like he was friends, which was so. This other person that he was tied to, he told the story about um, how he laughed at my dad's death. He did. He literally did. Man, I'm getting very deep with what I'm saying. But anyways, I'm just
And to me, I was
I'm not
such a
spoiling anymore.
fool, and so
Unless I have to,
when they
I'll
tried
have
to
to get into
convince me I was a
details,
fool,
but
they obviously just
it's a ridiculous
laughed
story.
at me.
I can legit tell you this traumatizing story from retards.
And I didn't like
That
it,
is
so I'm like,
honest. Like Senpa can be very honest with what he's
you know what?
saying.
Screw them. I don't
And we
even
can
need them.
even get
So,
more scary if we have to. I mean, we can exploit what was said.
when I
We can
started
exploit,
dropping the single
and I can
friendships,
show you pictures. I can show you pictures, guys. I can show you pictures of this, by the way.
a few days, I get a comment from a guy.
Yeah.
When
I would
Okay,
do with
what-
Fugle Rhyme. Let's listen to it more because I didn't know this. Like, does the song have anything to do with Fugle Rhyme?
Yeah, it has. It's I said, yo, when is he gonna drop his next track, yo? I said, yo, when is Fugle gonna drop his next track?
I gotta.
I was like that. That's what I said on the verse.
Let me listen to that again. I want to.
started from me, and he's kind of a great reason why I'm
And
starting to.
you wanna know why this was my favorite reaction from Connor? Because this video, he never reacted to it, and him recording it straight off the bat like this is a perfect reaction.
Be more into music than my gaming
You
persona.
know that?
Okay.
This is right here a perfect reaction. So far for both of the the Alone and the Magnet interview, he really straightly looked into it and then started filming. Like, that's not even a reaction. Him not reacting to it, that's what makes it a reaction.
So
Okay, let's go.
yeah, that's what I can tell you off of the song Switchblade.
Okay, so I guess speaking of
So, I'm very curious to see what this song
See? He's curious. And that's what I need you to be during the reactions.
has to do with Fugle Rhyme. Fugle Rhyme, by the way, has a song on the hot list now. So,
Yeah, and I found out that what song it was. It was the song Wake Up. Me and Fugle made a song called Wake Up, and during that time when him and I made that song, he was on a roll. I will tell you, he was on a roll of dropping track by day. It was good. Like, there'll be a song he has, but unfortunately something happens after when I get done what I was saying, but it was just like this interesting vibe. He was like trying to design his first ever album. It was called 273 Days, an album that he made. And that's his first ever SoundCloud album to make it on there. And unfortunately, as like I said, something happens to it, and he switches it to private. I'm not sure why he had to switch it to private, but I would have loved it if he kept it on there. But unfortunately, he's saying that Next Pro is the problem, and that's what damages the thing. I mean, he still has the song somehow, or I don't know. Probably he doesn't have the song. Not too sure. But I would have loved a warning if I got the, like, if you were gonna remove it or something, because if you removed it from me, I would have loved to download it. And I'd say that because I loved the songs that we made, and it was like great memories. Like, even like the worst times in my life, I can consider somewhat a little bit of hope with that, like the music that me and him did. Considered it to be in the vibe of a memorable reason. But since he removed it, you guys can't find the tracks. So like the song that I'm gonna mention up there, Fallen, which is a song that he mentions me at the intro of the song. He says, "Yo, homie," hits me up on Snapchat. He says, "Homie," he says, "When you gonna drop your next track?" And he says, "I don't know, man. Life's been blah blah blah." And yeah.
The Fugal Rhyme is also breaking through.
But anyways, yeah, he took that song off, and it's not on there, so
Which
oh
which
well.
might be good to hear.
It was like a bummer to me,
shout
but
out
I
in
don't
Switchblade, there's a
care.
verse that says Fugal
His
Rhyme.
channel,
Talk
he
about,
can do whatever
so
he wants.
I guess you want to talk more about him? About
Fugal
Maybe
Rhyme. Him and I, we started doing music together, and
Yep.
Axe,
Yep.
why a friend, this guy
Your past friends were all basically like evil.
Wait, what?
How?
is when I met this guy as a friend.
Okay, so here's what I'm getting. Switchblade is about how your past friends were all basically like evil and trying to convince you that you're a fool.
Mhm.
And
yeah, well, I don't know if the fool was a great word to describe, but the word was the word I should have said was I was treated like they were making me act like I was the dumb person. That's the whole thing. They were trying to convince me to be this dumb person. Ooh, like they thought they were all right, but it turns out they were forcing an ideology that wasn't even true. And if it was true, I would have seen it with my own eyes. I would have seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, I would have seen it with my own eyes. But turns out it wasn't the case. They made me look stupid. They thought I don't know what I was even talking about. They were forcing me to be the stupid retard.
then you meet
As what you known as 2021 Senpal.
Fugal Rhyme and is actually like a genuine like friend. Now, this is actually confusing me more than anything. I think as the interview goes on,
Excuse me, I meant not just only 2021, but 2022 Senpal.
I think the pieces will all start to come together a little bit more, but I gotta look back at Switchblade's lyrics because I don't know, this whole
Yeah,
We
see?
started making songs together.
That's the
and we have a whole-
reaction.
He made by him.
Yeah,
And-
this is the song I'm talking about, Fallen with Lost World. That was the song he was talking about me.
okay, now I recognize the line now.
Oh, now you do.
I recognize the line now. That
Yeah, I know.
the whole
I
the
watched
Fugal
it.
Rhyme thing. Okay. Now let me pull up the song. Let me go to it's right here. I gotta play the line because
Look at his list, by the way.
that's actually one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the song.
Nothing much.
It's not here.
Like
It's
a
here,
half
okay.
good homie. Yo, when you get a next track, yo, fucking no, Vince Bugle dropping his next track, yo.
I was sitting. Wow. That was sitting right there in front of my
This part right here is like the reason why I love the whole interview.
face, and I didn't even notice.
See?
Wow.
He was
This is making me
overlooked.
sound like a total asshole because
Well, no, I mean, you just got taught. You just got taught how people.
Hal's whole point of his music is the lyrics, and it's kind of exposing me for not really paying that much attention to the lyrics. I mean, like, I do understand like what some of the songs are about, but like I do listen to the lyrics, but there's so many little details in there that I miss.
Exactly, and small details too, Connor. Small details can mean a lot of sentences too as well. I might have big sentences highlighted when I showcase the pictures I send to Soap and Soap expresses it onto the video. Those, I'm just giving you basically the info, which you should already know because you're already reacting and you're trying to understand. Which this is what he should do every reaction when he does these videos. This is great. Okay, let's listen to this again.
Let's go back to the interview.
Reference that I mentioned to you, and I was like, wow, that's so cool to get the meaning of it. And I'm like, you know what? I have to respond to this, and I have to make it into a track. So
yeah, and I did. I made the song Switchblade. When he made the song Fallen, it was like 2023, and then when it got to like January or if it was February of 2024, I thought, because I was still in contact with Fugle, I said to him, you know what, I'm going to be making a song of what you did. So I told him that on the Snapchat. He's like, all right. And so I go and make it off of a local. I made it in my blue bedroom that I used to live in that house. You know, in that What's Up video. That What's Up video, by the way, that blue bedroom, the whole blue bedroom that I was sitting in at the intro part of the video, that's where all the music was created from my works. All on SoundCloud.
Like, you know what,
That's a fun fact. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm going to make it into a song, Switchblade. And yeah, and added the verse where I shouted at him even back because it's like a coincidence. I said,
okay. I gotta pull up Genius here. I'm so sorry about the
Yeah. And also, if you want to know like the important details and stuff, and if you want to get to know each of the song or the details and stuff, you know what I will say? I would recommend you try Genius. And so far for my Raging Red album, which is an album that isn't fully out onto SoundCloud yet, but of this time of this recording, when the album will be I don't have the songs onto Genius yet, but will possibly happen. I tend to, when I get done with the album stuff, I tend to get it done around like July or June of when I get my albums done and stuff. So I think somewhere around there, I think I will start adding lyrics from my music that I have. However, this was different, but I could still do the Genius thing, I suppose. But I decided for my SunPal YouTube channel, the one that has the music on it, my other channel, that has lyric videos. So if you want to get into like a deeper breakdown on there, you can do it that way, or you can go to Genius, like I said, and you search up SunPal, SENPAL, and add a 4 or a 3 to it because that's the username to find the information. So yeah, and also for the song Friendships, the song Friendships, and this is a similar story to the song Positions that I was talking about earlier, about like the Fugle, like the art cover and stuff. You know, when I dropped my album in 2023, around that time, it was called Closure. That album was called Closure, but in 2000 and I think it was the beginning of 2025, I decided to like change the album name, and I decided the word closure just seems like it was like the end of like no longer seeing me onto SoundCloud, which was not the case. So I was like, I didn't want to confuse basically the people that listen to my music. So you know what I do? I go and change the name to something that fit the art cover, and so I do, and I look at the picture and I was like, what would be a good name for it? Yellow and gray feelings. And why? What's the meaning behind there? Well, yellow is a color that means happiness, right? Well, yellow, used to been happy, and then it gets to gray. So that gray means it's a sad, depressive type of thing. So it's like a happy slash depressing album, like a sad. It starts to fade off, like the happiness, like you enjoying memories and stuff. Well, that fades off, and that's what the meaning of the yellow and gray feelings was initially for the whole album. If that makes any sense. So that's something
I'm
that's
so sorry
something
about
new.
this, but I gotta pull this up because
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, it's all written on Genius. You can find it on SendPal 4 right there. You see that? Or you can just say SendPal Switchblade and it would pop up.
Man, this reaction is so bad.
It's not bad. It's
I can't believe
W.
where
The heck is he even talking about? It's like, bruh.
It starts basically at the end of
It's not bad at all.
It's when he's starting his song.
Not bad at all.
His song is a track called "Fallen" by him.
Yep, we know that.
So, in that verse, grab his next track.
Yeah, and then like he said, like I said on the Fallen thing, he said to me, "Yeah, I wonder when he gonna." Homie hits me up on Snapchat. He says, "Yo, Fugo, when you gonna drop your next track?" And I was responding saying, "I said, yo, when is Fugo dropping his next track?" That's what I was responding. I was the one that said that, and that was the response.
Yeah.
What?
Label as a diss track. I guess was that towards the people who are calling you like a fool and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like a diss track to the old friends, but not directly towards Fugo. Fugo, he's got to be one of the coolest people. He's like doing really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Even like he has lots of relationship problems, but I'm not gonna like.
Talk about all
I'm not gonna go after him. I'm not this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, Fugo has had tough relationships during the time of me and him. Were like recording his 2 albums, 273 Days and Skywalker, 2 of his albums that me and him we were working on, and he was like struggling with his relationship and stuff. I'm not gonna get into it deeper, but that's what was happening around the time with that story.
No.
He has his own life, and
yeah,
I just whatever he has and he wants to express it, let him make music.
Yes.
Give him that opportunity. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about that. I get it. It's kind of hard to have like such a toxic relationship because it's not really great.
And that's why it resembles into my story. So that's why I get it from Fugel's standpoint. Yeah. Having a struggle with relationships, I get it.
No hate towards Fugel. I think he's an amazing artist, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd say Fugel was pretty good. From what I've heard, Fugel makes some pretty good songs. So,
I'm back in the day, kind of thing like that. Now, are you just saying that?
Oh yeah, and then when I got to this, there's a question called, "Did you used to play with Blades back in the day?" And yeah, I had collected a lot of parts, and there would be times where I'd like lose the parts in between the gray couch that we used to have, and it always like, you know, in the couch, I would always think I'd find so much buried treasure. This is another cool story too, but basically I'd lose a lot of stuff, and usually the stuff that I would lose would be underneath the couch, and we would always tilt the couch and we look at what was underneath there, and believe it or not, and there's also another resemblance of a story of my blue DS that I was talking about on the ranking consoles that you guys never knew. I was telling you about the DS story, and one of the times when I was like tilting the couch, I found the blue DS. I've looked for I think about a year or two, and it was in between the couch. It was crazy. And this is another story too, but it's a crazy story too. But this wasn't around the same time when I found the DS. But believe it or not, I found like a dead mouse in the couch, like underneath the couch or something. It was disgusting. We wasn't even aware of that mouse, which was crazy. Man, I miss that couch. But the reason why we don't have the couch anymore is because we tore it apart. So, yeah, that sucked.
To rhyme, or did you
But-
actually used to play with them?
Anyways, it was good.
Well, I know I said it on the verse. Spin it up,
Spinning up,
just like a
just
blade
like a
blade.
blade
Spin it
spinning
up
it
on
up.
the verse. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
I-
Hold on,
I-
let me fast
interest-
forward this.
Games.
But yeah, it was a cool story about the couch, though.
I just want
I
to
will
move to the
say.
next part of the interview.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks.
Wait,
Talk
what?
about toys as a
Oh,
kid, you know, but,
he
one
had
of the verses,
nothing to
it says
say.
that you left the old gang because it brings you pain. Now, that
Yep,
kind of
and
made me
this
kind
is
of
the
left
story I was telling you. And this was like a recent thing. When I got done with the thing, like done with this interview, it was like I said, this interview took place in October. Well, this story was well, no, it was way before. Wait, the story I was telling you guys about like the leaving the old friend group that I had, that story took place way back in 2022. That I will say, and then it started to happen again, and it started a trend, and people on YouTube looked at my channel and they were wondering what was going on, and there was a lot of people. You could tell from like the "What's Up" video. It was August or something, somewhere around there, and the video was popping. Like the "What's Up" video, that was trending. Like not on like the trending list, but it was popping off as one of my best videos for this channel. And this is because people were so curious, and they are curious. They watch my crap, even they don't want to comment or anything on my my stuff. They're just too scared, and they can't even comment on here. They actually did commented on the Age of Ranger Strong 1 channel. If you wanted to know the truth, they actually did. I deleted them because I'm not into drama like those guys are. But anyways, if they want to keep up with this drama, you're just making me art profit. And I suggest you don't do that, please, because you're just not making yourself look smart. You're making yourself look stupid.
friend group,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
oh yeah.
And so far, you have made me do good with my music, and you gained me 200 followers, by the way, on SoundCloud by your stupid, idiotic response. Not you, Connor, but the person who likes to be quiet and just watch my videos randomly.
Group because they just chose to make problems, make up fake stories. Obviously, I'm not with these lies they keep on.
Exactly. And they made such a stupid big deal. They had to make such a stupid problem when I didn't even say something like that. And I don't know why, but someone had felt some way, like the feeling some way, off of something that actually happened, which wasn't even meaning, didn't really mean for you to lose somebody or like in your relationship. You just wasn't really with me.
They
I
keep
didn't even
accusing me
say
this
I didn't
stuff
say
and
negative. If somebody gets a girlfriend, good for them. But bragging them out to me, like saying, haha, you don't have a girlfriend. You don't have this. You don't have that. You bragging that in front of me just makes me want to like legit punch you in your face. That's how I feel like.
I even got in contact
And
with
this,
one of them if he
I
actually
hate,
knows how
I
to use his
hate
brain.
when I
Really.
had to
So
say that, but I feel so offended when people brag about it because it's like teasing me in a new light.
he doesn't
And
know how.
you know what I did? I decided, you know what? This is the actual truth before me saying this. But I said I was happy for him. It was in the locker room. It was in the locker room. I said I was happy for him. And I think it was like 5 minutes later, he leaves early, doesn't want to follow along with our group, which he still is to this point of day. They're still in the contact group. Anyways, leave early and then tells the teacher a fake story that wasn't even true and got me in trouble for a stupid reason in front of this hatred teacher that me and him, he knows this, don't like. And he goes and tells it. And when he tells this fake story to me, I feel like he loves the teacher now. Not like hate the teacher, but he doesn't hate the teacher. He actually just loves the teacher, even though he says this fake story about me, this fake story.
Because he'd rather overreact. So I had this one.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really PTSD about this story, but it just makes me so mad. And the more they keep making me more mad, like I said, you're making me profit, and I wouldn't want you to do that.
Friend.
It's
He's
not a
corrupted
smart
in his
angle.
mind, and it's just disappointing because it just made me realize, because he even told me he started doing weed and stuff.
And another thing too, when I get any stinking retarded message that says if you ever get in contact with me, there would be problems, you better watch yourself.
Yeah, these friends.
Instead of having someone that is a rat try to call me on the voicemail. You tried calling me on the voicemail, leaving me a message at like 3 o'clock in the morning, saying, "Save yourself, save yourself." I know who that was. It was that rat. I know it. I'm the only one that gave you that information about my cell phone number. I know it was you guys. And the location legit gave it away, by the way, when you tried calling me.
Sound like they're real pieces of shit.
And you're right, Connor. You're right. You're right.
I haven't really. So I kind of have experience with this, like with having friends that I don't want to necessarily say treat me badly, but I've had friendships that I've gone through rough waters with. Now, I brought this up during
so he gets
the
this.
alone thing, I believe, and I'm going to bring this up again. The group of girls that I sat with at the end of 8th grade.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's right. I know that story.
I don't really have much more to say about what happened. So basically, for those of y'all didn't watch the Alone interview, I'm assuming I don't even remember my reaction to the Alone interview. I don't even remember whether I said it, whether I brought this up. But during the Alone interview, I assume that I talked about that group of girls in 8th grade that I would always sit with, that right at the end of the year, decided to kick my ass and say, "Hey, you're no longer part of this group," and then they decided to show me away.
That one.
And I'm assuming I said in the Alone interview, we were eventually able to patch things up. And it doesn't look like Senpal was.
Wait, sorry, I cut off into something important. But that was good that you guys made up. I'm really glad. I will say that to you, Connor. I'm glad that you did.
Interview, we were eventually able to patch things up. And it doesn't look like Senpal was able to patch anything up with the.
Nope, we was not. No, it's because of a misunderstood retard that goes by the name Makeup. something that rhymes like it. He knows who he is. Likes to make up stories. There you go. That's a new nickname. Make up. Covering up stupid problems. And, when, I don't know, I feel like I should talk about this. But, anyways, the fact of the reason why it was so stupid and really making me angry and it was so stupidly unfair is because he got away from doing drugs in school, if you want to know the truth. He started doing weed, and that's the real reason why him and I are no longer on good terms anymore. We was able to patch things up, but unfortunately his weed had to be important. I think it was some guy that rhymes with meth, I think it was. Yeah. He was a hockey player too, and turns out he was also in the parking lot and thought it'd be okay to invite him to do weed and do all these stupid curiosity things that, at the end don't benefit you. And ever since he started doing that way, he acts very differently around me. And it just made me so curious on why he's acting that way, and I don't know why he was really socializing with me, and just brings to the point why I don't even talk to retards like these people. Anyways, let's get into the video. I keep getting deeper and deeper, and I'm sorry.
His old friend group or anything, which honestly, I don't blame him.
Thank you. Holy cow! I needed to hear that.
Sound like real assholes.
Yes, they are real assholes. They are.
And when he was starting to do weed and stuff, his whole character.
Assholes that think they believe in Jesus. Not really. That's if they mean it and actually accept an apology. If you actually read it in the Bible, you look up, where does it say in the Bible, forgive one another? And it's going to say, forgive them 77 times 4 or something, some multiplication type thing. It said, forgive them, blah, 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 that many times. So, you need to do some thinking if you actually believe in Jesus. I just fact-checked you. You want me to fact-check you again? Yeah, here. Let's fact-check the retard that lies a lot. Okay, so you go to web browser. I think that's what it's called. It says, where does it say in the Bible to forgive one another? To forgive. What does it say? Let's see. Oh, there's the verses. Trying to find it. Oh, well, I guess I'll look at that link, I suppose. Bible verses. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have any grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgive you. And that's exactly what I did. Yep. Let's see. Watch yourselves. If your brother is warn them to stop. If they change their hearts and lives, forgive them. Even if someone sins against you 7 times in one day and returns you 7 times and says, I am changing my ways, you must forgive that person. I tried. I was really close. If you wanted to know. I was really close to forgiving him. And now I can't because he overreacted like an idiot on TikTok. Anyways, let's get into it.
Change.
Became it really, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly corrupted.
Exactly. He corrupted. He's really corrupted.
Yep.
He used to been I really admired this guy.
Mhm.
I really admired this guy. I apologize to this guy for my past behavior. He chose, nope, I don't care about your apology. I'd rather laugh at your dad's death, though.
Yeah,
You lost somebody.
Ouch. That hurts. Now,
it is. It does hurt. It really made me furious.
I never really had a dad. I was adopted. But
Oh,
but let's say my
adopted, huh? Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't even want to bring it up. But like, let's just say this. If one of my family members tragically passed away, like we're going through a pretty rough patch with my family, but even if one of my family members passed away now and someone talks shit about one of them, I would take like heavy offense to that.
Exactly.
That didn't sound fun.
And this person claimed he knows Jesus when he laughs at somebody's dad's death.
Wow. I'm like, why you gotta?
I bet he
laugh at my
can't make a
dad's death?
response when this
Why?
video is released.
I don't want a friend that is like that.
That's not a friend, yeah.
That is like,
And you know what? I am actually not gonna do anything because I'm
that is
yeah
like the rudest thing.
That guy who laughed at your dad's death. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Don't talk to him. I don't.
yeah yeah
He doesn't deserve any friends.
Thing that someone can do, like laugh at my dad's death.
exactly. And I told this person that told the story about him laughing at my dad's death, the person that's close with him and he went to the fair with. Well, apparently I told him that story and he's still siding to him to this day, and I told him don't be friends with him. I wouldn't recommend being friends with a person that does drugs, because people who do drugs, they don't deserve any respect at all, because they know what they're doing. They know that they're knowing everything and ignore people that like to put people off to the side and not know what they're even doing, like a stupid asshole.
Do you agree, Soap, that I'm gonna ask you this as a question?
Hey, I dare you, man. I dare you to, not you, Connor, but I dare this person to comment on this video. And if he comments on this video, this shows proof he's the one that lost.
Do you agree that's a friend laughing at somebody's death?
Well, no, it does not.
Exactly.
And if he
these
doesn't
people
comment, good.
are just rude people.
Because I don't
honestly,
want
and
to
I don't
talk to
care.
you.
And I'm kind of glad they actually blocked me because I don't even need them. I survived.
Yeah, and also I think it was like 2 months or so, or like it was no, I know when it was. It was like during the like the last times when I was living at that old house that I was, and we moved all that stuff to the new house, the one we're at right now. Messaged him, and he actually sent me a message. Actually, before I say that, but he sent me a message saying you deleted me again. You did it, and yes, I did, because you're not an honest person and untrustworthy person. So take that.
3 years without them, honestly. So I don't need them.
This guy, I thought he was really, really smart. I really thought he was legit, like an honest friend with me, but he broke that honest. He broke it. He broke
It's more than
him
one
being
person.
honest.
No, you don't. You don't need them at all.
Yep, I don't. And I'm happy. I am very happy with my life. I thank Jesus for this. I thank him. We don't need no Latter-day Saint people.
You sound like you're better off without them. Like those guys actually no, those guys are actually making me angry. Those guys are actually sound like human
You
pieces of
should
garbage.
This is the thing. A lot of people should be mad at this problem because a bunch of people are supporting these this guy that laughed at my dad's death, and he doesn't deserve a single bit of respect. People who support him, they're not my friends. You guys are jerks. You lost. Just admit it. They can't swallow the L. And unfortunately, when they can't swallow the L, you tend to make me art profit. And I said that again and again and again and again and again. But you're not being smart. You're not being smart.
Yeah,
I
you sound better off
suggest you
without them.
stop it.
Because it's all tied to
Because
this weed habit that
you're
dropped in.
making me
Don't know how to
profit
be that nice
in a
person. He probably would
tremendous
watch this
way.
interview and say, "Oh, damn,
Oh, what's that? What's that? I hear profit by this person that commenting. Is that what it is? Oh, yeah? Yeah? That's what I thought.
he made this video. I'm gonna go make a new video."
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna do that. I don't care if he's gonna
Enemies,
do another video. I'm just keeping that on what it is
Yeah.
because he's also a YouTuber.
really?
And you know,
Okay, how about he
I miss you. Oh, do you really?
watches my video,
Love to believe it.
watch me talk shit about him, because
Love to see you show up.
he deserves it. He deserves it. He's an actual horrible person.
He is.
Man.
He's a horrible person that don't mean what he say.
I mean,
But had to make it happen for a horrible teacher that he couldn't even do anything. I see when I see a friendship that treats me in a negative way, I don't go after them. Why do you think I broke and I haven't seen them in a while? That's because AJ means stuff when they don't mean stuff. They are all talk. That's what
I'm
it
just
means.
speechless. These I truly cannot believe how evil these people are.
The Switchblade is like the biggest art factor why an argument is an argument. And I'm gonna spoil something too, but I'm gonna tell you, you don't belong when we get to that interview. That one's another big one to talk about as well. There's another one that's also on the album. I think it's Exposure. Exposure is another big one that's going to be talked about.
He's talking about.
I'm spoiling.
Talking about.
I'm spoiling.
knows who he is. So I know what being mean is, but when you laugh at somebody's dad's death, that is just way too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. No, I definitely do understand that. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like sickly in a way. It's like
No, right? It's not.
Wait.
That's just not like funny. I guess it's a personal attack in a sense.
No, right? It's not.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not. Yeah. For you, Senpal. I'm actually happy for you that you got rid of those like terrible.
Thank you. Holy cow! I am so thankful. This guy. Shout out to Connor. He aced this reaction. This is. I think if I have to put this on the tier list from S tier to F tier, I would say this would be an S tier. This is a reaction.
Horrible people, because man, those guys are sickeningly evil.
You know, if you're to talk about something else,
They are.
Maybe make arguments, something like. But if it's a personal person you already know, you know them and stuff like that, like that's like an attack in a way. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. And I tried a lot of nice things, and I helped him with his career, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing.
Well, I guess if you want to kind of switch to another topic here. So with the Overlooked album here, so there were a list like every song wasn't released as.
So reason why
track
I
by
did
track.
album and all.
I don't have anything to say, but all I can say is that track by track is the go-to thing for me, and yeah, it's just an anticipating thing that I love to do when I drop my tracks, and it keeps people waiting, and that's the best maneuver to put out songs and stuff. It's not manure, it's not, because it's not crap, but it's a great way to get people to looking forward to something interesting, and that's a good thing. You gotta always look for something great in life, okay?
together was because I just
Kind of like people like to call me a retard on a video that I told him to delete, but he's too dumb to even say it out in public. But that's okay. You can find that video. Anyways,
think it'd be necessary
I
because
mean,
there'd be
the video's still out there, and he was dumb enough.
like it would mess up my algorithm and stuff, and I just didn't
Somewhere
think I'd
around
want
there, I'm not too
to have
sure,
them all in
but
one.
he put
'Cause-
himself out there.
So that's a trick that I've seen small artists do effectively. Like, for example,
Yeah.
NH Dateline.
And yeah, okay. He mentions NH Dateline. Yeah, NH Dateline is another artist that's also too on BandLab. I don't really go too deep with BandLab. I don't use BandLab as the posting maneuver. I use basically, if I want to like get my music out there, I'll just use my Instagram, or I can just say maybe I can post something on YouTube and give out my info from there. Sadly, I don't post anything post-wise, like a Twitter post type of thing with YouTube on the SunPal channel. I tend to do it on the main channel, Asia Ranger Strong 1, because I find that to be the great source of communication, and I'm active on that one. So you can obviously get what I mean for that. So anyways, continue.
NH Dateline was like the GOAT.
And I'm actually going to skip that part
Like,
because
that's
it's just
a
other
trick
stuff.
that a lot of small artists are
Yeah,
pulling. Like, I say a lot.
exactly.
Like, I know 2 small artists who do that. But dropping it track by track actually seems like,
Oh, 2 artists.
I don't know, a pretty decent idea. I always went the normal format where sometimes I would drop like 6 singles for an album. I would go mad. But I would always drop the
Yeah.
album together. Even
In November, I think it was either November or if it was December, but he dropped Crazy. November or December of 2025, somewhere around there, he started to drop a whole bunch of list of songs, and I took a listen to it, and there's a lot of cool songs that were not even released. But there was like, I was surprised that there was like other people he was working with, and they sounded pretty good on the track, and I gotta say, good job, Connor. I mean, that's nice you had to show off some of your stuff that you had stored on your files and stuff, which is great.
if I release,
Anyways.
I would release my early days, like the from like Alpha to Birthday, from Alpha to Connor the Mega album. It wasn't until Beta 2.0 where I started.
You know, I look at Connor. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean, I've checked out your albums. I have, and there's some that I mean, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but I just I listened to some of your past albums, and some of them I don't find really to be amusing to like look at. Don't take, like I said, don't take this as me being mean at you. They're not really like songs I would really necessarily like bump to. But there was some surprises, I guess, for that Scathed album. Like I Might Just Lose My Mind. That song was like a really cool upbeat type thing, and I loved it.
Toning down with the singles, but from Alpha to Connor the Mega album, I would like go mad.
And Alpha, I don't know what song it was, but there was like I think a song I liked off of there, but sounded
Dropping singles and
kinda
they're
good, I
like
guess.
drop the record. And that's kind of less effective on.
And he had a problem too with the fact that of his art cover for one of his songs got taken down. Or the whole the whole album got taken down, not just one song. It was the whole album because of the artwork on there, and it was like the most stupidest thing that I don't know what service it was. Probably was like what is it, DistroKid that sent you that email? I think that was kind of stupid.
Dropping a track by track. No, there are downsides of to dropping it track by track. Like for example, like a downside I think this could possibly lead to is when you do something like this, like everyone is already familiar with all the songs going into the album. You know, so there's nothing new. There's no surprises there. That's the one downside that I can see with like a strategy like this. But
why you don't
that
like
I can
it?
that I can
I didn't really pay attention to you saying that, but you don't like surprises?
with like a
Come
strategy
on.
like this. But yeah,
I don't
I
know if it's
love
like something that
surprises.
would be rushed. It would be basically a lot of messing up when you put your songs out there. They'll be like automatically tired of you and they don't want to hear really much with you. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just take this feeling and I'll hold on to it. I'll be mysterious with this stuff. I'd rather be mysterious about this stuff so that people can look forward to something really amazing.
Yeah.
And so dropping track by track, keeping them waiting,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun and exciting to look forward to.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You wake up every day, think like, is the day the day? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
that can actually be good. Like I was considering dropping track by track, but I was at a point where I was already releasing my songs on Spotify, and it's kind of hard to do that with Spotify. So I delete the single releases when the album comes out because there's no point having to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Him and I had that conversation. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get why you would. I sort of knew people did that.
Singles up anymore.
But then when they had the singles and stuff for the album and stuff, they actually had it hidden for some reason.
When the singles are on
Then
the album.
I think they see what they do is they used to do it in the past and they switched it to private. And when the album was fully released, the song would be already onto the album. And so I think within like the next year or so they make it unprivate, and then you release it as that. What they do, and that's how
I'm gonna do that with
thing becomes to be
track.
in
If
the
I'm gonna
case
drop an
of being
album,
released on
I'm gonna
there.
keep doing that style because it's just
If I'm making
exciting.
any sense,
it's just mysterious.
Yeah. So I guess kind of speaking on that. So one of our other artists, Connor, he did a review on your album. He also does reviews.
Yep.
He used to not like it beforehand, and then he kind of came around to it. Is what he was saying. He came around to it. Do you think it has some kind of like lingering effects? For example, you might hear a verse that
Yeah, like I said at the very beginning, I don't know how he did the playlist thing, so he tells you the
a month ago,
information.
and all of a sudden you like it clicked.
Say that the thing that clicked for me with Switchblade specifically was hearing it on the album meant hearing it amongst all the other songs in order. Alone cuts very seamlessly into Switchblade. One of the things I was most impressed about by Overlook was the sequencing. The sequencing was so seamless that like there were parts on the album that didn't really that were like I guess really there were some parts on the album that I guess were really jarring in contrast. Like for example, going from Art of Expecting into Airplane is kind of a stark contrast when like
when I was like making like the playlist for Overlooked, I made it a little bit I wasn't planning on like making like, oh, this is gonna we start off with the track number 1, it's the intro, and then when it gets to the last track, it's the outro. I wasn't like doing it like that way. I was like doing it randomly, but I did sort of do it like how I like drop a new track. I did it in that type of language, but then I added like I put the placings with the Art of Expecting. I don't know. I think it was because I added like the exposure track on there, and Airplane was on there, and I just moved around with the track list thing, and that's what it is like what I did.
I think
and so like I said, the track list for me, I don't do anything like that, but if people want to see something about like an intro or like an outro, that could be a cool idea, I suppose, but I don't think I want to like do that mainly. I just make songs that are basically stories of my life, and I put it out onto I put out factual stories that have really great details. That's how you make the song. But that's how I end up making like the song, and then I'd like if I make like an album or something, I'd like create like this era. Like I'll have like a name for this specific era. Like I'll name it Overlooked, for an example. Like people overlooked at me, and I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like I say, my shirt is orange. I'm gonna name it Fanta Orange as the album. Or then the next one would be like Big Shoes, Big Boy. It'd be like a separate era. Like around that time when it was happening, I had this as a group of memories, and that was during the age. Or no, here let's make it more make sense. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like from ages through like for me when I was like 12 through 14, those 2 years, spent my whole life visualizing what I've been seeing and make it into an era. That's what I would go for
That
my music.
hearing Switchblade amongst all the other songs.
And it'd be like a cool way to say this is Senpal's history.
That's what caused it to click for me.
I was
And
like looking
I
at
love
his
memories.
sheet.
It's
The reason why I'm
useful. It's
having
creative.
Connor be mentioned a lot in each track is because I told him, I commented on his
And that's
review.
what I
He
do.
was doing the review of an Overlooked album, and I watched it all. And this
Yep.
will be a future thing because
I don't have to say
Hot
anything
list,
really.
on Connor's Hot List, which is my personal top 50 chart in 2023. 2023 was a huge, exciting year for Connor's Hot List because of BandLab. So many
nice.
new artists broke through on the Hot List that year because of BandLab. You got X Forever 9X, Stray, NIH Dateline. And then after all those names broke out pretty much simultaneously, there was pretty much nothing new for like a good year or two until Senpal came along.
That's
And
cool.
Senpal makes some of the most unique music that has
I
ever
do.
hit the Hot List.
I
Senpal
do.
has a unique style that makes him stand out from pretty much everything else that I've
Because
ever
I'm
listened
an artist.
And
You know, with you know, back like, I mean, if you're a day one type of like, I mean not day one, but like if you worked with me when I was making Fortnite montages and you still watch this video, but you're scared to comment, but I get it. But people who did that, you know, when I was like doing the Fortnite montages, you know what really inspired me to make those like that type of thing? It was because of music, and I think around there I found really great inspiration for things like that. And if I ever tend to do music videos, you can tell it's already mine because this is my style. Like right here in the middle is the video, and the way how I have my hands right there is like what you're seeing as what I'm watching, like the black lines and stuff. And if I ever do music videos, this will be the format I will have for my HUD. And if I make the music videos, it'd be interesting and have color and detail and
seem
character.
like he also does seem like a pretty nice guy. He does.
Thank you, Connor.
He seems enjoyable. Ranked him high on my Big Soap viewer tier list.
Yeah, I appreciate you putting me second, Connor. Thank you.
It's not a tier list; it's just a straight up ranking. But you know what I'm saying.
I like Connor as a friend.
He has
He's great.
Pretty deep messages in his lyrics, which
Exactly, I do.
once again, I'm kind of a stupid. And
you're not a stupid idiot. You're just learning, and this is a reaction. This is a perfect reaction for the interview.
Emotional, like the reason why
I'm being
I
honest.
tend to look past them is because I'm also hooked by the music.
And you're not the only one that looked past them. A lot of people looked past them
as well.
A lot of people
I'm really happy that I have.
You're not the
Connor
only one.
Number one in the very near future. Like, honestly,
he's talking about he's going to put me on the list, number one of his favorite Big Soap viewers, and that's great. I love that. I don't think I would do like a ranking, but I can tell you, Big Soap has created a great community, and I've got to say, I can see a lot of people are at number one, and they've been socializing with me correctly, and that's like the best thing I have ever seen from Big Soap. Big shout out to Big Soap and Connor, honestly. And with the group that has been happening, it's been so important to me. I'm really thankful I'm really thankful to have you guys. I'm being
have
honest
Senpal
with
at number one now, because Dim was the viewer I had number one.
And shout out to Dim as well. He's another awesome not artist, but an awesome
Dim's still a great
viewer of Big Soap.
Dim.
I know we don't really talk much about the other viewers, but all of Big Salt's community,
it's just that
we've done it
I
really
don't-
well.
I don't-
Everybody
I don't know.
has
I
been
would
doing
probably-
it really well with
I
socializing.
probably should have had Senpal at number 1, actually.
I really appreciate that
You should be at the
because
bottom.
I really love a person to really care, and that's definitely a friend.
Yeah.
So,
That was
yep,
all the
it
questions I really
is.
had for you. Do you have any other remarks about the song or anything maybe upcoming? It's a surprise, right?
well,
I love that. I love that what he did right there. Soap did a good job of acting right there.
what's
That was
right?
what's
good.
that? What's that?
Yeah, it's a surprise, right?
He did when I said acting right there. When he was acting right there, when I think the Switchblade interview has hit everybody.
Like a mystery.
And
like you're
this
saying.
story right here was affected by everybody, and everybody was really shocked of how this was a
knows?
song
Yeah, maybe.
that had a huge
Maybe
character.
maybe I was gonna drop a track today. What is today's date?
See,
6th?
Is it the 6th?
Yeah,
Okay,
as
well I
recorded,
don't
this
pay
is the
attention.
this is
Yeah, I don't
awesome.
pay attention to really
This
mission days
is
these
what
days,
I
but-
value.
Oh my goodness, I just feel
This
like
is
that it's gonna be
awesome.
4 years since my dad's passed away.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, like in 2 days it'll be the exact day where he died, and so 4 years ago.
Yeah, and then we had a problem with the stone too, which was mentioned. We thankfully got the stone. I'm thankful that we got that stone. My mom went to, she called the WZZ M13, I guess we have to say, to do the interview, and they did. We got in contact with them, and they met my mom at the cemetery. Just only her and the 2 other people, or 3 other people. I'm not too sure which it was, but I know there was like a person because my mom was telling me, and yeah,
And
they did the interview, and it was produced onto the TV, and it was on the news. And the problem with the stone was that we paid for the stone like 2 years ago, back in 2023. We paid it in full, and we waited for a really ridiculous amount of time to get the stupid stone finally on the map. And I believe, and this is me making up this theory, but I possibly can assume that she was probably basically, and this is going to be funny the way how I'm going to say it. I think she was too focusing on her nail salon, like to paint her nails pink and stuff, like a whack job. Yeah, that's what I probably think. She was trying to save all our money that we spent to her for her to get the stinking stone onto there, and she probably used that money to get her nail salon or her beauty salon, whatever the heck women go to these days for that crap. And we was like skeptic. I mean, that wasn't the case. I don't think. I'm not sure, but when that wasn't happening, or like when the stone wasn't happening, we took a very serious matter, and we put a lawyer out to have her. And she managed to get the damn stone. Unbelievable.
the closest
And
family
now I'm
member that I
thankful
had
we got it
pass
on
away
there,
was my
which was
aunt.
another massive
That was in
W.
2018, so that was a while ago, and that was back when I was less mature and didn't really know what I was doing yet. So,
Wait, what?
man, having your dad pass away when you're at a much older age, when you when you actually like feel when you actually like feel more and know more about the world, must suck a lot harder because
Mhm.
like you know what I mean. It must hit a lot. Like
He gets
now
it. He gets it. You get it, Connor.
I
You
just
get it.
I sort of choke on my own words when I talk about stuff like this because man, it's sad.
It is.
It's pretty much. I also do want to note too is that I'm also thankful that we got the stone. We've been having such a huge struggle
Yeah, and
to
that's
get
where I was talking
I was on
about it.
TV, I think, a few times. That was when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to hear that Sup was also a person that also was on TV, and it was for like a income commercial. I thought he was like saying gum commercial, but it wasn't. So income type of commercial. I think that's what he was trying to say, actually. I was like confused because you were like saying income. I thought you meant in gum, something like that.
Really?
That's what it
I've
was.
never been on TV. I wonder what that must feel like.
I think that would be pretty cool. You know, I was even another thing too. Back in 2024, I went to like a like see a celebrity talk, and we had to hop on this bus to go over to that specific place to go and meet them. And there was a huge line, and anyways, to wait for the bus, and the WZZM 13, the news people, were actually really close to me. They were trying to interview a person about this is what this was about, or what you going there for. And the video, I could show you, but I don't think I want to. But anyways, they were at the Plex or something on Alpine, and yeah, they were interviewed. I think they were even forced, like the news organization was actually kind of forcing them to give out an answer to what they were doing or something, or their own opinion about it. They were a little bit forceful, I will say.
Why?
I was in commercials. Yeah, I was like,
But yeah, I
How
was
were you
really
big
close
so?
to it.
How were you in
But I bet it would be pretty cool. I never got interviewed
commercials?
on TV.
You were a kid,
That's
weren't
something
you?
that I haven't
That
got
must be
done or
weird.
something.
Even though I
commercials?
for what music and more,
Wow.
a long time ago. But yeah,
Well, that's.
look, my trumpet. I can't find it, so.
Do you have any? All I can say.
Okay, so we are done with this interview. I will say this is my favorite one so far. Hopefully, the thrills the next time when the interview after like the magnet interview when I get done reacting to that. Hopefully, that will be a really good interview when he drops the thrills reaction video. I'm excited to what he has to say onto that, and when he does that, I'm gonna straight record it and give out my thoughts about it. But anyways, that is all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit the like, post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.